They've been setting you up from the jump with nonsense about your hairline. Your homies, your barber, even your mama got advice. Try this oil. Just rock a low cut. Don't worry, it'll grow back. But honestly, most of that stuff, it ain't working. Before you let another year slide, believing lies and watching your hairline dip out, let me break down the 12 myths that got black men stuck in hairline limbo and put you in the game about what's actually happening to your hairline. What's going on, world? This is your boy B. Over the last few years, I've helped thousands of men reclaim their hairlines. Now, this one thing has blown up on TikTok. Folks swear it's the secret sauce. Even one of my clients' moms was telling him, just use botana oil. Look, botana oil can keep your scalp soft. Cool. You moisturizing the surface while the roots dying underneath. That's like watering a fake plant. You feel productive, but ain't nothing growing. Using botana oil by itself, it ain't gonna save your hairline. But as soon as your hairline start creeping back, a lot of black men start blaming the usual suspects. I think it's the cornrows. I think my do-rag too tight. Bruh, I done heard that line since I was in college. Mitch, my college buddy, swore it was a do-rag. Don, one of my day ones when I started the brand, blamed it on his cornrows. And look, tight styles can push your hairline back. That's facts. But if you stop getting your hair braided and your corners still fading, that ain't tension. See, you searching your hairline like it's guilty. The real problem is going down underneath. See, it's not just about how you wear your hair. It's about how you treat your scalp. If your follicle's weak, inflamed, or choked up with DHT, you could be balding about it and still losing hair. I've seen this one way too many times. A client of mine told me he stopped everything. No oils, no routines, no nothing. And another client told me he backed off thinking his scalp needed to breathe. But hair loss don't hit pause when you do. If I just leave it alone, it'll come back. Like your hairline taking a little vacation and just needs space to recharge. While you sitting on the sidelines, your follicles are shrinking. And when they close off for good, that's game over. Ain't no shampoo or serum bringing back a follicle that's already tapped out. Here's the truth, big dog. Inaction is still action. And when it comes to your hair loss, doing nothing just speeds up the thinning. If you want your hair to come back, you gotta fight for it. You can't wish growth into existence. You gotta work it into reality. So quit waiting, start acting. But did you ever tell your barber, take your top all the way down? You think it's a reset. And look, it looks clean and smooth, but let's keep it real. That low cut is just a disguise. You didn't stop the hair loss. You just made it harder to see. Underneath that crisp cut, DHT is still out there clogging your follicles. You just brought time, not growth. So nah, shaving it down ain't a reset. It's a mask. A temporary illusion that everything's cool. But if you want a real reset, you need a real routine. You need a plan that gets down to the root, literally. Block the DHT, activate the follicles, strengthen the foundation. A haircut might boost your look for a week, but a plan, that's what brings your hairline back to life. You don't fix your hair loss with clippers. You fix it with a plan. But a client of mine, he told me, man, I'm just sticking to one product, just staying consistent. I hear this all the time. And hey, consistency is important, but here's the thing. If you're consistent with the wrong product, you just consistently losing. Cause if it ain't blocking DHT, if it ain't healing what's already damaged, then you ain't solving the real problem, big dog. You just loyal to something that's letting you down. One bottle can't carry you through a full journey. Yeah, you need consistency, but you also need more than one tool in the bag. You need a plan for where your hair is at right now. And if you want to know what that looks like for your hair, get a free consult while I'm still taking them. I'll break down what's really going on under the scalp at your stage right now. No pressure, just the truth where you're at and what'll actually help. If you tired of jumping from one product to product with no results, let's get you a plan that actually fits your stage. But hair loss don't check your ID. And don't wait till you're 40 with a mortgage. But man, I'm too young for that. Not at all. But most dudes say that right before it gets worse. I had a client who wanted to do a consultation with me. He was like, bro, I'm 24, I got time. Nah, big dog, you don't. For most of us, it starts in our 20s, especially in those corners, but it's sneaky. By the time you see it in the mirror, it's already been working behind the scenes for months, maybe years. That slow fade don't announce itself. Ding dong, somebody's at the door, until it's too far gone to pull back without a fight. The earlier you act, the better your results. If you're worried your hairline might be faded, then start now, not when it's too late. Now this next one, I've heard that line from a lot of guys. A client of mine swore his hairline was fading because of the flakes and the itch. It's just dermatitis. And yeah, scalp issues can play a part, but that ain't the full story. See, dermatitis can cause shedding, but that don't explain why your corners are sliding back. That's not dryness, that's DHT at work. A flaky scalp, you can clear that up with the right care. But if you think solving the itch is gonna stop the hair loss, you're missing the root of the issue. Dry scalp and a receding hairline ain't the same fight. If you ain't actively blocking what's shrinking your follicles, you're just treating the surface while the root keeps fading. So if you have a flaky scalp, handle the dermatitis and go deeper. Get you a solid DHT blocking shampoo like ketoconazole. But a lot of guys think they have a clever strategy. I'll just wait, see how bad it gets. Like doing nothing somehow buys time. Nah, fam, inaction ain't a plan. While you sitting back, hoping it fixes itself, DHT's on a mission, quietly shrinking them follicles every single day. You think you buying time, but really you losing it. The longer you wait, the less you got to work with. By stage 3, the comeback gets a lot harder. You go from regrow to just trying to hold on, but you won't even notice when the window's closing. It don't slam shut. It eases down slow till one day it's just closed. So if you're thinking about waiting, don't. The earlier you step in, the more hair you can save and actually regrow. By now, many black men have heard about derma rollers. And just the other day, I had somebody come in for a consultation and told me, yo, I tried the derma roller once, didn't do nothing. He said he grabbed a 1.5 millimeter and rolled one time. Then looked in the mirror like growth was supposed to magically appear. Fellas, microneedling ain't no light switch. You don't roll once and unlock waves of hair like a cheat code. This ain't an overnight fix. It's a process. You gotta train those follicles to wake back up. This takes consistency and the right topical right after. No product after, you're missing the point. Wrong frequency or pressure, you're wasting effort. And doing it once, that's just a whisper to your scalp. You trying to yell it back to life, not sending a gentle nudge. You can't just use it once and expect everything to reappear. Quit playing. Treat it like a regimen, not a miracle. Now this comes up a lot. When I'm doing my consultation, a lot of black men, they'll say, since I've had a bad hairline since high school, there's nothing I can do. DJ told me that his corners started fading away in high school, and ever since, he figured it was just his fate. But early recession doesn't mean it's over. It just means you've had more time to lose and more time to fight back if you start now. The clock is ticking. But if the follicles are still alive, you still got a shot. But a lot of black men, they see they pops, they uncle bald, and just throws in the towel like his fate's sealed. And they'll say something like, this is just how it is. It's in my genes. You wouldn't believe how many times I hear this all the time. And yeah, genetics do play a role. They set the stage, but they don't write the whole script. Just cause it ran in your family doesn't mean it has to run you. Genetics tell you what might happen, not what has to happen. You can't control your DNA, but you can control how soon you catch the signs. You can control whether you act or sit back and watch it fade away. That choice, that's all you. For the last 2 weeks in my consultation call, I've heard a lot of guys share the same sentiment. I mean, it don't really bother me. I still love myself, but then they tell me, you know, they avoid mirrors or they keep a hat on or they don't go outside like they used to. And this right here, it's the lie a lot of men tell themselves. Not because they're really unbothered, but because they don't know what else to do. They think that if they act like it don't matter, maybe it'll stop hurting. But ignoring what's messing with your confidence ain't self-love, it's survival mode. You can say it's not the end of the world, but if it's affecting you and how you see yourself every day, that matters. And it's okay to own that. So let me say this loud and clear. You can love yourself and still want better for yourself. This ain't about shame. You don't have to suffer in silence just to prove you're strong. Strength is saying, yeah, it bothers me, me and I'm gonna handle it. Now you know what's been holding you back, but that's just the beginning. Because if you still don't know what your follicles are doing, you're just throwing stuff at your scalp and hoping it works. And every month you wait, they keep shrinking. Your options shrink with them. And if you're serious about keeping what you got, watch this next video. It breaks down the 7 stages and shows you how to build a plan that actually fits where you're at before the damage goes permanent.